Hello and welcome to another video with me, Steve England Outdoor Learning. Today we are in Bristol and we are in an area called the Frome Valley. It's a valley that stretches for 20 miles and today we are going to go looking for fossils and geology, and we're going to see if we can work out how old the rocks are and what little secrets hide amongst it. Okay, so before we go on our adventure, I need to look into my backpack and look at some of the tools that we're going to need in order for us to go and find some fossils. Well, first of all, I have a hammer, a fairly heavy hammer, and that's going to help crack some rocks open. Next, I have a really robust chisel, which is going to be really essential for getting into those hard to reach little rocks. And I have a nice stiff brush so I can brush any fossils off, and that'll help see them better. And I have a hand lens, a magnifying glass, which enables me to see detail in any of the fossils. And I have an old toothbrush, so I can really get in there and scrape out those little crevices with a fine brush. Obviously use an old toothbrush and not your new one. Okay, so let's have a look at some fossils that I found a couple of years ago here. Some of them are really amazing, like these. These two here are called Calamites. 300 million years ago, these things grew the size of trees, and these are the ancestors of today's mare's tail, the weed that we tend to get in our gardens and everywhere. But the detail on these fossils are incredible, bearing in mind the age of them. And then we have this one. This is something that really excited me when I found this here. You can see here I've got the beginning of a palm leaf. You can see the stalk there, where it's opening out to a leaf, just there. What a great find that one is. And then this one here. This is the bark print of a tree called a sigillaria tree. And these trees have been extinct for millions of years now. And these are some of the fossils that we're finding here at the Frome Valley. Why don't we go and have a look at some of the interesting geology of the rocks and some of the fascinating little structures within the rocks. Follow me. So we're up into the quarries now, and we are the closest that you can get to a carboniferous forest anywhere in the south of England. I want to show you something really interesting in the rocks over here. There's something fascinating going on, so let's go and have a look. Okay, so we're in the quarry now, we're having a look at the rock face behind me. Can you see these interesting features? Rocks are like pages within a book, and let me show you how to read this page. Can you see that block of sand at the bottom? Very low energy, not much going on, and then you have this band of mixed up gravel and rock and so on, and then it calms down again, so you have this solid block of rock. And what's happening here, this is evidence of a flash flood within the rocks. These are called alluvium deposits, and if you look at the rock, you see it has a red coloration to it, and that's because the rocks contain a mineral, an iron mineral called hematite. And over the years, the iron mineral has oxidized, and basically it's turned into rock rust, and that's why you have this reddish colour to it. But look at that, evidence of flash flooding within a rock face. So one interesting question is, can you just rock up anywhere and go fossil hunting? Well, that's going to depend on where you guys live and your bylaws. So you need to check with your local authority or landowner if you're on private land, and any sites of SSSI, which is a special scientific interest, the probability is you won't be able to do anything like this. But where I am here in Bristol, this is public land, and I do have permission from the local authority to crack a few rocks open. Okay, so now we've come into the quarries to try and look for some fossils. The challenge is, what stones do you look at? Well, when I come fossil hunting, I look for particular types of stones, and we've got two types of stones. Now, if you look at this stone, not much going on in here. Basically, it's just a block of rock. Not much going on. But if I pick this one up, you can see this one is different. This is what we call a busy stone. You can see all the fossil prints there. And this is where, if I turn them over, you can see all your fossils. So this is a good rock to crack open and have a look for some fossils. Okay, so now I've selected the right type of stone that I think that the potential where there's a fossil. So what I need to do now is get my chisel and my hammer, and I need to find a fault line in the stone, and that is just there. There's your fault line just there, and that's where the rock's going to crack open And with any luck, there might be a little goodie inside for us. Let's find out. Whoa! Look at that! What I've got here are all the smashed up carboniferous tree branches that have been smashed together and they've turned to coal. Look at them. Look at that. And this is as close as you could get to being next to a carboniferous tree. And when these trees were living, T-Rex still had another 100 million years to evolve. Here we go. Oh. Wow. Look at this. Ah. Wow. All the fragments of the carboniferous trees. If trees could talk, I wonder what they could say. I wonder what they were looking at and watching in the carboniferous period. So guys, good luck fossil hunting. Fossil hunting is great because you can take the kids out, you can go exploring. It doesn't cost any money. Make sure you wear the appropriate safety wear, take the right tools, get the right permission, and go and have some fun and go and learn more about where you guys live. Study your local geology. At the bottom of this video, guys, there will be a link of where you can find locations around the UK where you guys can go fossil hunting as well. Find an area to go fossil hunting and go and have some fun.